Previously on Survivor. With Julia taking home immunity from the Survivor Superlative Challenge, you would think that Sean and Logan would be on the outs from the final 7, but the final 5 were quick to turn on a final 2-pact within that 5, that being Paul and Valentina. After some strategic work by Java, Jake, and Ava, as well as working with Julia, Sean, and Logan, it was Paul who was blindsided, leaving Valentina with nobody. Who will be voted out next? Find out tonight on Survivor.
So, I'm walking home from the challenge, super mad at myself, because first, with the auction, I just got too excited. I was gonna wait it out, and I didn't, and then I just trusted Jake would because I just got so excited about bidding. Well, first I was trying to rally up Sean, but then he quit early. And if I had just backed off after Sean did that first thing, I could have ridden, that would have secured it. So I just don't know what I was thinking. And I'm gonna beat myself over it, up over it, because now we can't flip on Julia. But
I'm fucking shook. I'm low-key really pissed. I get it. They knew it was a final 2. I get that. I'm still fucking shook. I'm trying to think. So it was 2 and 4, right? Or was it 5 and 5 and 3? Mm-hmm. Okay. So was Julia, I guess like Julia was like in the loop, wasn't in the loop, but then Jake was like, sorry V, and like I'm fucking pissed that hit or whatever. I get it. Whatever. I'll do another round when I get home. Lit. Cool.
I feel really bad. Obviously it's gotten to the point where we have to start taking threats out of this game, and that was the first shot. A lot is gonna happen, and it's just the start of the rest of the game. And I don't know what that has in store, but I'm ready to work my ass off in the meeting. Everyone knows I have the idol now, so I guess that secret's out, so it's all good. If I can win this one, I'm in the final 4, so that's all I gotta worry about right now.
Are you guys ready for your next challenge?
I have the lowest amount of confidence in myself right now.
All right, Julia. I'll take that back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you can do it if you want. Wait, actually, I need your
Whoa! What? Guys, what am I capturing? What is this? Is this Love Island? I don't even know.
Hey, I know. Trust me, I know.
Alright, once again,
Jesus.
immunity is back up for grabs. For this challenge, we are doing an active endurance and stamina challenge. One at a time, there are 3 stations. Curtis is at 1, Olivia is at 1, and Casey will be at 1 if you guys see the little black container in the middle of the stairs. So in those containers, there are golf balls. So one at a time, you're gonna have to run up the stairs, grab a golf ball, return it back here, next station here, next station here, and then we'll clock your time.
Oh yes. Let's fucking go! Let's go!
Let's fucking do it!
Okay,
Simmer,
you can
children.
go at any sequence you want. So you can go all the way up first, and then back. You can go to the second one back, or whatever sequence you want. Just You have to go to the lowest one, middle one, and the highest one at least once to get 3 balls. Does everyone?
Wait, you only
does that
do
make
the
sense?
highest one once?
Yeah. So like one from that station, Curtis's
you have to
station.
do one from each station.
Yeah, one from each station. Olivia's station and Casey will be at the lowest
What
station.
if I fall in the middle of it? Jeez,
Don't.
that'd make me in pain. I'm nervous.
Take it easy if you don't think you're gonna do well. Okay, does everyone understand that?
Don't remind me.
At the end of everyone going, we'll calculate your scores. Whoever has the 2 highest times will face off and then do the blocks on the outside.
Okay, this is unfair.
It's Survivor, it's a physical challenge.
Okay, I want to punch you in the face.
Okay, so if you guys move on, if the two people that move on will go on opposite sides of the stairs and they can collect 2 boxes at a time. So there's boxes all at the lights, as you can see. And then once you complete all 6 boxes, so that's 3 times going back up again, it'll form a 2-word phrase that you have to make into a puzzle.
Wait,
But-
repeat that again. I'm blacked out.
Puzzle.
So if you make it, if you have the top, one of the top 2 times,
Okay, puzzle and shit.
okay, we can explain it later after we do it. We're picking straws. Do not look at it. Not look at it. All right. On each stick, there's a number. Tip of 1, you're going first. 5, you're going last.
Tough.
Who's going first?
It's me.
You second.
Last.
Third.
Oh, me.
So where do I start?
You're fourth. And Ava.
Ready?
Remember, drop the golf ball. Are you ready? Go.
He's so much taller than me. He's gonna be faster.
This will train you. You gotta keep going.
I'm just scared of me fall.
You got it, Julia. Puzzle ball.
Gonna go fast, Robert.
I will give you your time every time you drop the ball.
Don't do that. This is
Good job, Julia.
Drop them balls, girl.
Julia, I'm so proud of you.
5. Julia, go with the lowest one. Stick strategy for like Julia. Doing well.
Oh, the shoes off. The shoes off. That's tough. That's tough.
Julia with 1 shoe going for her last ball.
That's tough. I feel like she's going faster.
Holy shit!
Oh, Julia!
I'm over this.
Julia, you got it!
I'm so proud of you.
You're almost there, Julia. Dig deep, Julia. So strong. Finish hard. Grab the ball. Throw it. Julia.
I'm so proud of you.
You're almost there, Julia. Dig deep, Julia. So strong. Finish hard. Drop it in the bucket. Good job. Time. Jake, you ready? Yes. Go.
Go, Jacob!
Go, Jake. Jake going all the way. There you go, Jake. Making good time, making good time.
has one more station left. It's the closest one. Bucket. Run. 120, 30. Valentina, ready? Go. Valentina's on.
Oh shit, Valentina quick.
Taking those step classes. I see you. Passing the second station. She's going 3. Think deep, B. You got it. You got her ball. Got it, B. Coming back with the third ball. Well done, B.
Yeah, Valentina.
Got it, B. Come on, B, don't give up. You gotta want it.
Yeah, Valentina!
With her second ball. Coming back down. You got it, B. Got it, B. One more ball. 150. Last ball, closest ball. Easy. Keep pushing. Come on, B. This is it. Sean, ready? Go! Sean.
Oh, fuck! Sean!
Sean, going with the long leg strategy here. Sean, with the first ball. Sean's coming back. With basketball manager skills helping out here.
Yes, Sean!
Oh, ball had a steam. 38. Sean, second station. One minute. Basket. 110.03.
Oh, shit. I was about to show him.
Cameras ready?
Yeah.
Go.
No need for start. Let's go. You're a racehorse. Come on.
Yeah, Ava!
My guy, where's the ball? I bring both? I'm doing this for feminism!
Yeah! Come on, Ava. Beat Jake. Come on, Ava.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
38. Oh, she's on par with Sean.
Go, Ava! Go, Ava! Come on, faster! Just fling yourself down the stairs! Come on, Ava. Come on, Ava. Push it! Push it! Go, go, go! Come on. No, you got it. You got it. Get it, get it, get it, get it.
Push! Push! Push!
16.
Is there a dollar?
All the way up to where we were.
Wherever the boxes are. So there's one up there. So there's one all the way at the top. Wait, can you tell them that?
Guys, I low-key don't think I can do
So there's one all the way at the top,
With my cold,
and
I
then one
can't do
above
it.
Olivia, and one below, one here, one there. So Ava, you got this side. Sean, you got this side. Obviously, make the letters facing you. You guys don't help. Survivors ready? Go! Come on, Ava. Jesus. Sean, power.
Start low if you want. I'm dying.
Dig deep.
Hop stepping.
And
Sean back with 2.
survive.
Holy fuck. Oh, I think I know. I'm saying.
I know what it is too.
Ava's coming back with the first 2 boxes. Sean's got her 3rd.
I know.
Don't give up.
I know.
Ava's got her 2 boxes. Sean's coming back with his 3rd and 4th. Help from her alliance. Sean might want to win this one. Ava's coming back with 3rd and 4th. Ava's still in this. Sean coming back with his 5th and 6th. Get ready to start that puzzle. Sean starting his puzzle. Done? Sean, say it.
Oh wait, no, I'm not.
Sean, say it.
Final 5.
Sean wins immunity. Final 5.
Good job, babe.
Holy fuck.
Sean. That one
We
immunity.
finally got that damn necklace.
You're safe from next week's vote.
Syrvivor Strong, baby.
You now have a 1 in 5. Sean now has a 1 in 5 chance of winning this game.
Straight Bayless.
There you go, Sean.
God damn, that shit feels good.
Tough challenge today, guys. Where's that? Really saw the physical side of you. Next challenge is a non-active challenge, so no need to worry. That's all I got. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, it's been a minute. A lot has happened. So last time we chatted, I wasn't blindsided, so that happened. But so for those that don't know, my final 2 was basically voted out last time, and the only reason that I stayed, according to Jake, was that they knew that Paul would probably 1, win more challenges, 2, probably get more jury votes, and I agree, and I'm very glad that I'm still here. And at the same time, like, while I am / was a little salty that I was like left out of the loop, I completely get it. I was rightly so left out of the loop, and also like I've done this to other people before, so I get it. I think that day I was pissed, just at the situation, not at anyone in particular, just because, you know, obviously because I was caught off guard. But it's a game, like I said, that tribal, like I said in every other tribal before, I love all these people to death, and it's just about separating personal life and the game. I just need to push harder this time, because I think I got a little too cocky, and 2, I think I felt a little too safe, and that needs to change. I also think like Paul getting out was probably the best thing for my game at the moment, so that I can actually play my own game and start fighting and start following people.
Hello. Okay. So, the other thing I had to discuss, and I didn't do a confessional because I'm stupid, but at the last tribal council on Friday, Paul turned around and goes to everyone. He said, if you don't vote this person out, they're going to win. And I thought it was about Jake. Ava thought it was about Sean, and Jake thought it was about me. So it's kind of like everyone thought it was about someone else, which is bad because it puts a target on someone's back, but not really sure who. Like, I'm not sure if Jake was trying to put it on me as kind of a deflect of him, because he's very much has been a target for a while, and so have I, honestly, so it's not really like that big of it's not a stretch for it to be either of us, but it's just kind of like trying to understand where everyone else's head is at, because I mean, I'm always nervous going into these things, and I have, especially when there's no immunity, I don't have anything. Like, even if they were going for Jake, he has an idol. He doesn't have immunity this week, but he has an idol, so he has immunity whenever he wants, really. And it's just kind of stressful, because now I have to think about, like, who are they gunning for? They don't have the numbers. Like, they shouldn't have the numbers. It should be, like, me, Jake, and Ava, but, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I talked to them, and I was like, I don't think we should say right now, like, I think it was, everyone had some input in it, and I just kind of left it at that. Then when Valentina went home, I had a conversation with Julia, and Julia was like, that was all Ava, and Ava keeps blaming me, which is so interesting, because right before Tribal Council, Ava was saying that Julia was blaming her, and Ava was blaming Julia. It's crazy that people keep launching accusations, like, right over my head, and instead of pointing at the person in the middle who actually orchestrated the boot, they're mad at each other. I think I played the situation really, really well, where Ava thinks Julia did the move, Julia thinks Ava did the move, and no one realizes that I was the one who did the move. Except for one person, Paul Levine. Paul texted me over, like, that night, and was like, hey man, I just want to let you know, I just realized how strong of a position you're in. And I was like, Paul, I can't really say anything to you. I was like, I respected your game. I saw us as playing a very similar game, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And he's just like, he just said, you're playing a very good game and you're in a very good position. Paul, on his way out of the game, goes, there's one person you guys can't let to the end. I think you know who that is. And Julia has the gall at Tribal Council to go, I think it's Jake. And I'm like, it's not me, but okay, it's clearly you, who everyone has been saying is going to win the game for weeks. Since like round 3, people have been saying shit about Julia. And I'm a little sick of it. Julia is a player who I think is overrated. I think she's playing a strong game in terms of she gets the blood on her hands and people still leave her around, people like me still leave her around. And if she gets to the end, I would respect the hell out of that. But the way she does things, she just freaks out and like gets emotional and makes decisions without kind of thinking them all the way through. And I think that's what's going to cost her. She flips on a whim, like the vote where I had to convince her to go after Colin instead of Ryan. She's kind of switched last second and we had to change plans accordingly, which was great for me. But she's very wishy-washy, and it gets to the point where I'm nervous about her long term, because if she decides to get wishy-washy and flip on me, that's a big problem.
Apparently Ava's the one that got Sean to stay, which is another thing, which, whether or not that was a game move or a move that she made with her heart, that's something to be seen. I'm curious because I've heard conflicting things, like she's still into him, she's not into him, we'll see. But if she is, I hope that doesn't get into the game. And if it does, I want to split. I almost want to get Ava out soon because she's a lot better than people give her credit for. 2, I know people want Julia out, and I hope that is the move this week, but at the same time, I think Ava basically could potentially have, if she doesn't already, a final 2 with Sean, along with the one that she already has with Julia. So I feel like squashing 2 final 2 deals for the price of 1 wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, I am happy that at least there's Paul on the jury now, and I know he's fighting for me to get votes if I am on the top 2. And I know that he has my back just as I've always had his, and I love him so much. But yeah, but I'm actually really happy I kind of got blindsided, you know what I mean? Just because that's I wanted to be that to be part of the game for me. I wanted the full Survivor experience as a fan, and I'm glad I can actually freaking scramble and play now, because I don't think I was completely playing. I think I was doing things that I'm comfortable with, which is being a good social player, but now I need to think about strategy. Jake said that we could get Sean and Logan to get Ava out or to get Julia out. It sucks that Sean has immunity now, so that's not an option, but yeah, that's it. Cool. Bye.
Obviously, I'm safe. I have this bad boy. So I'm in a good spot for today. And then obviously I have the immunity idol, so if I don't win the challenge, I'll still be fine. I'll still be in the final 4, so I don't really have much to worry about there. As of right now, the plan looks like we're gonna vote out Julia, talk to Jake, talk to Ava, talk to Valentina. I think I can trust Jake. They may be up to something. I know that Jake has an idol, just based on the way that Paul acted last week when he got voted out. So hopefully they're not up to anything fishy there. But I know Paul, or I know Julia is who I'm voting for, that's who Logan's voting for, and I trust Ava, so I know that's who she's voting for. So at the very least, we're gonna split it unless Jake does something funny with the idol. So at this point, I'm basically guaranteed a spot at the final 4. So obviously, I really have to start thinking about the jury, because the chances that I get to the final 2 are pretty high. And so looking at the jury, my hope is really to keep Ava and Logan in the game as long as I can, because I think either of them are going to vote with me. And so at that point, I basically just got to decide who I'd rather have in the finals with me. I don't think either of them are getting many votes, to be honest. I think my best chance is to have Ava, because Ava, I think the people that would vote for Ava, or I think the people that Ava are closest with, are obviously the fans, and they have a better appreciation for the game and are more likely to vote for who they think has played the better game as opposed to who they like the best. Whereas with Logan, I'm more afraid that certain people on the jury, Brian especially, who are really close to her, are going to vote for her just because they like her the most, even if they don't think that she's played a better game than I have. So I think the ideal situation is try and get me and Ava in the final 2. But obviously, in order to do that, I gotta go one step at a time. I gotta get, hopefully, Julia out this week, and then Paul and Valentina the next 2 weeks, which I think I can do. Hopefully I can win immunity this week, protect Logan next week, and that way we'll have the numbers, and Ava and Logan and I can get out Valentina.
So obviously people discussed Logan, but what we were just talking about was taking a shot at Julia.
Right.
The thing is, if the 3 of us stay strong, we can pick off Sean and Logan in the next 2, because if they get to the end, I think the jury will be rooting for them.
Right.
But if it's the 3 of us, I think we have a good shot.
Everything I said to you, I know that this has been definitely a tilt. But yeah, a little bit.
That's a
But
game.
everything I said to you about Julia, I was genuine.
Okay.
Like, it is obvious Julia and I had a final two. I just think that she has overall been very shady, very good at this game. She is an immense threat to everyone in this game. And I believe that when Paul had his little exit speech, it was about her.
Oh, it was.
I don't think
It
it was
was
about
about
anyone
Absolutely
else.
was, yeah.
So, and I agree with it.
She's like, was he talking about Jake?
I know,
I'm
I
like,
was
no.
I was like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? So, yeah, we want her out. But we obviously wanted to consult you.
Right.
And I know that obviously a bridge of trust has been burned.
A little bit.
But
It's weird because, like,
want her out.
while I agree, again, I'm very hesitant to trust anyone.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
get that.
But, like, I get it. It's a game.
It's a game, and we have to start thinking about taking the people
No,
out
of
who are
course.
going to win the game.
Yeah.
Which is
I
a
just,
big part
I
of
also
taking out
think
Paul.
that I want to get Julia out because she's like a good ass player and she's very influential. However, I know that Logan and Sean can beat all of us.
And it's we were
Yeah.
basically discussing timing
Yeah.
because we think it needs to be the three of us, and I don't know how much you agree with that.
Yeah.
But if we want to make a deal, I think that's our best option for all of our games.
What's up, gamers?
What's up, anime lovers?
It's your favorite final two, Java. I'm
Java.
Sorry. So
What's up?
we got rid of Paul.
Tilt? Yeah. We miss him.
We do.
I miss Paul.
I saw him today, but I still miss him.
Oh, yeah, I miss him. I haven't seen him, but he had to go.
Yeah, on the walkover, we were discussing our final three deal with Julia, and basically the conclusion we came to was nope.
Bye!
She is just
Yeah.
playing a very strategic game. She's
We're
making
not.
final two deals with everyone, and she's definitely gotten to the point where she's stressing about things.
Yeah. And, I mean, we kind of talked about Julia last week, too. But I think now we've come to the conclusion that we would like to seek elsewhere for our final three, specifically
Are we seeking
in...
other options?
Yeah, sorry, Julia. We'll get back to you later, but it's not looking
7 to
great.
10 business days.
But we are considering Valentina for a final three.
Because we think we can beat her in the final immunity, which...
Yeah, it is common knowledge that she is not the best at physical challenges
I mean,
or the
neither
puzzle
is
challenges.
Julia, but I think Julia's...
But Julia has more tricks up her sleeve than
Yeah, I
Valentina
think
does.
Julia has
Valentina
better
doesn't really have
balance
anyone
and stuff
right
like
now.
that. And I
Yeah.
think there could definitely be a balance component in the last challenge. So we're trying to figure out a path forward, basically.
Yeah,
because...
and like who we want to eliminate when. Because
Mhm.
now everyone's kind of been saying Logan for this week, but we're debating if we should just get rid of Julia now while we have her. Well, she is kind of suspecting that people are after her, but I feel like if we did it right
She wouldn't
now,
expect you
she
and I to
wouldn't,
answer her.
yeah.
And she'd be like, oh, then I can have a tie.
She's made comments to me in the past few days, though, where she's like, I just don't want anyone to eliminate me. And I was like, who would
Well,
eliminate you?
I don't
Not
think none of us
me.
want anyone to eliminate us. I
Yeah.
don't. But this might be a prime opportunity to take that shot. And then we have the 3-2 advantage over Sean and Logan. And we
Yeah.
can just pick them off over the next 2 weeks. Because they clearly don't have as much bark or bite as Julia does.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, and we feel like our final two is great because it's a really even playing field. Like, I don't really know which one of us would win.
So I just got from with V, and I think we're going for Julia this week, well, tomorrow. But I talked to Sean too earlier today. He also said Julia. I talked to Jake. He said Julia. Who else is there? Ava I haven't talked to, but I'm supposed to talk to her tomorrow. So it should be interesting. I'm kind of shocked that they're not just going for something easy like me or even someone else. But I think that everyone just kind of, like, Julia just kind of makes everyone nervous because she's such a good player and she's very good at like manipulating the situation, that it might just be easier for everyone now if she gets out. But I mean, hopefully it pans out. Hopefully everyone like sticks with it and that works. But I mean, you never know. Like, there's still that rumor that she has an idol, and that would kind of suck if she played it. So we're gonna try to, I think, make her feel safe by telling her someone else.
Hello once again, audience.
Hi, I'm gonna be in season 2.
Hi, I'm not.
Okay, guys. Alright, so... I'm not gonna be in this.
I'm just gonna
I don't
watch
want
it
Luke
now.
getting mad at me.
Today's the
If I'm watching
day
this.
of tribal council.
Why are you moving your head?
I don't
Julia,
know.
who are you voting out?
I'm voting out Logan.
I don't know who that
Oh, I knew you were gonna do that, you little snake!
And it's not even snaky. I haven't even done anything snaky. They think I'm a villain. Can you believe
Who?
that? Everyone.
I know, I think you're a villain.
I
You're
know,
one of my,
I know
you're one of my good friends and I don't
I
trust
know.
you.
I'm not trustworthy. I'm so snaky.
No, we know.
No, I'm so glad I'm not on your season because I swear to God you would have backstabbed me.
Yeah,
and I would have been hurt. I would have taken it personally.
Hi, Jake.
Jakey Boy
Hi,
Neither
Jake.
might be my final two.
Hi, Jake. Hi, Jake.
Jake's
How
not
are
gonna
you?
see this.
Hi, Jake. Hi,
You
Jake.
two
I
are
miss
too
you.
much. You're
I miss
crusty.
you.
So today we're hoping things go smoothly. Valentina's on edge, but we're gonna get her out soon, so we're not that worried about it. T. I've got my idol right here in case anything goes wrong. Is anyone impressed?
What is it?
No.
What is it?
It's an idol.
What's on the inside?
You have to unpack it, but it's wrapped up. It's the idol. Well, actually, it's
It looks like it's
Today
a
you
fake
get-
idol that I made.
Really?
Yeah.
To trick people?
Yeah. But the real idol is not a clothespin. The real idol is literally like a small bead wrapped on a thing. But it's basically the shape. So, as far as like packaging wise, it looks pretty legit. Because
Who
this is
knows
the
it's
real.
fake?
Jake Niebuhr.
Hi, Jake. Miss you, bud.
That's about it.
And scene.
Ava, Ava knows it's fake.
Please upload this. Whoa! This is spookier than Brian Aiken yelling at a challenge.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Jake, what are you thinking for this week?
Oh, this is a metaphor for the game.
All ups and downs. You never know which way. Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh my God, the twists! Tilt!
Big Brother Week! Poison Idol!
When Jake pulled out that idol! Shit!
So tribal's in 2 hours, and I'm voting for Julia. Hopefully everyone else does too. They said they would. Ava, Sean, Valentina, and Jake. But I'm just nervous because Julia said she's gonna vote me, and then if something happens, like if she has an idol, then obviously like I'm fucked. But everyone said that they were gonna vote Julia too. But hopefully everyone just sticks to that and doesn't waver, doesn't change their mind. But I guess we'll see what happens when we all get there.
Okay, so tonight is the final 6. Well, we're gonna see who makes it to final 5. Tribal Council. I'm a little nervous because I don't have immunity going into this. I don't know if I necessarily have a great plan. I think, as far as I know, we're voting out Logan. If everyone sticks to that, that'll be really good because Jake, Ava, myself are voting out Logan. Valentina really has no other option as far as I know. She doesn't have an idol. She can't really do anything. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with that. For me, the plan's Logan tonight, so I hope no one's going behind my back, but I guess we'll just see what happens.
Julia is a dangerous player. If she stays in this game too long, one, I won't get any respect if I'm in the end against her. She says the jury hates both of us. She says that we need to go to the final 2 together. She keeps asserting this, even when we talked just a few minutes ago. And I don't think that's true. I think they might not love either of us, but I think if I go to the end against Julia, they're gonna sit there and be like, what are you doing, you dumbass? Like, why would you take her to the end? And because of that, Julia's not a viable option for me to take to the end. Sean and Logan are the firsts. They've done no wrong, and I think the jury will really respect that. But do I want to take them to the end? Because I do have a better resume with them, a resume than them in terms of the moves I've pulled off and the things I've done. Well, they've been left out of a lot of votes. I've been on the correct side of the numbers every moment since the merge, and ever since the swap, actually. I've only been on the wrong side of one vote. Ava is someone who has played a fantastic game. She is an underdog. She's a ruthless killer with a teary-eyed smile on her face, which is insane. And the more I think about it, the more I realize if I'm in the end against Ava, she should win. Like, and not only could she win, she should win. So I don't really want to take Ava to the end because I think I'd lose. And that brings me to Valentina, who I think has pissed off a lot of the same people as I have, who has played with emotions more than I have, and who I can get to the end and say, hey, these are the things I did better than Valentina. I had all these deals. I had all these people willing to work with me. And who knows, they could still give the freaking money to Valentina, but I think that's my best shot of getting to the end and having a good, cogent argument. They could not like me. Valentina is very facey, as she likes to say, and she's friends with a lot of people. But I've made this final 2 deal with Valentina, and it's one I think I'm going to stick to. Things could change. I really thought I was going to stick to this final 2 deal with Ava, and I had expected to for a long time. But recently, I'm starting to realize that that's not a possible venue for me to take. I think Logan and Sean want to get to the end together. I don't think they care about the individual win as much as I do. In fact, at this point, I think the only person who cares about the individual win as much as I do is Julia. And getting her out really opens things up for me. It sucks because I just talked to her and she's like, if I get out here, I'll feel like I've wasted my time. Which I don't want her to feel that way. She's played a phenomenal game. She's a phenomenal person. And I don't know. It's just a game, and I feel like she might be very bitter and might hate me because of it. I hope not. I hope she understands why I'm doing what I'm doing. But it's possible she won't see that picture right away, especially considering the fact that she keeps telling me I'm the only one she's the only one I have a chance against, which I don't think is true. But she is loyal. And that's the thing that keeps getting me. She is loyal. She's loyal to me and Ava. She clearly does want to go to Final 3 with us. It is because she'd win in that Final 3, but she wants to be there with the 2 of us. I'm just stressed.
Alright. Welcome, Toxic. We will now bring in the members of our jury. Brian, Colin, Ryan, and Paul voting on the last tribal council. Alright, great. So we'll jump right into it.
One of you's coming this week.
Sean, talk to me first. Last challenge, how was it?
Easy.
You obviously have the immunity necklace. What happened during it? Fill in the jury.
Ran up the stairs faster than anyone else. That's really all there was to it. I was dead inside. It was not easy. Ava definitely gave me a run for my money though, no doubt. But
I couldn't hear what you said because of the echo.
I said you gave me a run for my money.
Oh, thanks.
But no, it wasn't easy. It was a lot of work, and I was exhausted by the end of it. But obviously, I came away with the necklace, so all that one's out.
Fair enough. Logan, you weren't here last week. Hope you're feeling better. But you're still here. You made it through the tribal council last week. Tell me about your strategy last week, being that you and Sean were on the outs and you're still here.
Honestly, didn't really have much of one. I thought I'd get out for sure. So I was kind of like shocked that I didn't. So yeah, I didn't really have one. And then this week I kind of had to be like, oh shit, well, it's still here. So I gotta figure it out.
Fair enough. I mean, Valentina, you obviously were blindsided last week
bit.
with Paul being voted off. How are you feeling today being left out of the vote last week?
I mean, obviously, yeah, shut up. I mean, obviously, like, I was blindsided, but I completely get the move, and I'm very grateful that I'm still here for now. So, yeah, I mean, I hope I'm in the loop. I hope I'm voting with the numbers, but of course, there's always that worry, like, that's a round 2 blindside's gonna happen.
Fair enough. Julia, I mean, when Paul left last tribal council, he said, and I quote, "If you don't vote out this person, they will win." What are your thoughts on that? Do you think Do you think that pertains to anyone here, you, someone
Ava
else?
thought it was Sean. I thought it was Jake.
Okay.
I think it could pertain to everyone here. Look how we literally all sitting here still. Like, we all played a good game to get this far.
Fair enough. Do you, Jake, do you take what Paul said? Jake, do you take what Paul said into account, being that maybe there is someone that will win this game and I should take them out?
Of course, I think we're all at that point where we're kind of thinking about jury votes, and I know we discussed that a lot at the last tribal, but it's kind of thinking about what is the jury looking for, and it's tough to answer that question, but you just kind of have to hope that you'll have a chance to get there. So I think it's getting to the end first and then keeping those things into account down the line to make the right choices.
Fair enough. Speaking to Ava, so you guys made a big move, creating your 5 alliance, taking out Valentina's true adversary in Paul. Do you think Valentina would trust you guys in this vote?
I mean, that's kind of a risk that she has to take, I guess. I mean, she doesn't really have another choice at this point in the game. But I think that, at this point, we can't really trust anyone. I mean, honestly, as a group, you want to trust people, but you can't. So I think at this point, she's kind of trusting us blindly. But I guess this vote will put some things.
Valentina, you're nodding your head.
Yeah.
Obviously, do you think you have enough trust to go back to the alliance that kept you out of last week's vote?
Again, if I want to stay in this game, I kind of have to trust people, even if I don't really trust them, but I kind of got to go with them and take a leap of faith and hope for the best. But hey, I trusted blindly last week, and you know what happened.
I mean, Logan, what's your view on that? If Valentina goes back to that 5, which is now 4, that leaves you and Sean on the outs. Sean's obviously safe. That leaves you exposed. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like no matter, kind of like she said, like no matter what, at this point, no one really has a choice. It's just kind of like what you're presented with, you have to go with, and like just hope for the best.
Sean, you obviously made some moves. Talking to the 5, getting out Paul. Do you think that could happen again, saving Logan?
I mean, I don't know. I unfortunately only have 1 vote. So I can't speak to what they're gonna do. I just have to hope that things fall my way, but like, I really, at the end of the day, like they're gonna vote however they wanna vote, and I can't make them vote, so. Obviously, it seems as though Logan is on my side and I have incentive to protect her. But like I said, I only have 1 vote, so I can't make them vote with me. So it's just kind of, we gotta see where it goes.
Julia, how do you feel about that? I mean, Sean, Logan, on the outs. You kind of screwed over Valentina last vote. Could be a good plan for Valentina to jump ship and join those 2.
It's only a good plan if she has an idol. They can only do something if they have some kind of community idol. So, like, that's always in the back of everyone's mind, but otherwise it's 3-3 rock, or 3-3 tie. And if someone doesn't change the vote, then it's rocks. And I think we're all kind of too invested in this game right now to, like, let a rock take us out.
Go to Jake. Speaking of idols, you, once again, were the only one to play, like, a poison idol. And there's only 2 other opportunities to play an idol, and there's been 4 chances to get an idol. Chances being there is an idol out there, do you think it might get played soon, seeing there's only 2 chances to play it?
Well, based on the fact that there's 2 chances to play it, I'm going to guess we're going to see one soon. I think there is definitely at least one. There's been murmurs of multiple because obviously we haven't seen any played. The only one that we know for sure, we know that I played the poison one, and we're pretty sure that Colin walked out with one. So we know that there have been 2 accounted for. But there's definitely others out there, so it's kind of just figuring out who has them and who might use them at what point, and it's a lot. Idols kind of suck.
Fair enough. I do want to point out that in the beginning of this game, the theme was fans versus first, and we have 3 fans and 3 firsts final. Ava, you're the only first on that alliance for fans. How do you feel in this game so far?
Can you elaborate?
Weird question. Never mind, you don't have to answer. Let's go back to Valentina. So, jury votes. Obviously,
the entire jury, being that Luke is not here, as well as Luke is not here. It's dominated by.
Very male dominated.
It's dominated by firsts. It's dominated by firsts. How do you take that into account, being that there are still firsts on the block and they can gain those votes?
That's a possibility, but I also think that it's just how they look at the game from a detached place, and either they're gonna look at it like they could be salty, or they could be like, yo, this person played a really good game, whatever that means to them. Either a more objective or a more objective lens, or a more subjective, who wronged them, who they always deal with, etc.
Julia, what's your view on that?
I think it's going to come down to the questions that are asked. For me, if and or when I end up on the jury, I would ask questions that are going to prove to me that you played a good game. Because honestly, watching someone beat you who just didn't do anything would suck. So I think that's the way everyone feels over there, honestly.
Logan, what's your view on that? You gave a thumbs up to the jury? Wait, elaborate on that.
Well, because I don't know, I just didn't. I don't know. I guess I just didn't if someone came to me, I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. But I didn't honestly, half the time I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I didn't really make a point to do it.
Question. You're obviously safe. You made it to the final five. How do you think the final five will look after this vote? For your game.
For my game, there's only going to be 4 people in my way as opposed to 5. That's really all I can say. I don't know. Obviously, like I said, I only have 1 vote, so I don't know what it's going to look like after this. Obviously, it's going to play a big impact on how I play the rest of my game and how my chances look. But that's really only a question I can only answer after the votes get read, because I just don't know where it's going to go.
Fair enough. On that note, it's time to vote. Sean, you're immune. No votes for Sean will count. Sean, you're first.
It's about goddamn time.
Curtis as an original tribe, maybe tell me who Sean voted for. I'm just gonna stick with the plan.
I'll go tally the votes. Cool. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and wants to play it, now will be the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote, Logan. Second vote, Julia. That's 1 vote Logan, 1 vote Julia, 4 votes left. Julia.
votes Logan, 2 votes left. Fifth vote. Julia. That's 3 votes Julia, 2 votes Logan, 1 vote left. And the 12th member, with the 12th person voted out of Survivor Casuals first, and the 6th member of our jury, Julia. Julia, you can grab the unlit torch.
The torch.
Love you, Julia.
Love you. I adore you.
Sean has my vote for a jury.
Julia, the tribe has spoken.
Look sexy though.
Smart move though. Not for you, Jake. Not for you. But...
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode. With the last episode before the finale and the final 5 remaining, how will the final 5 react to Julia's last words? And how will a blindfold challenge totally flip this game upside down?
Whenever you're ready. I saw that one coming. They needed to do it. But Sean has no chance of winning. Or, not Sean. Sean does have a chance of winning now. Ava's not getting my vote. Valentina might get my vote. Jake is not getting my vote. And I don't think Jake's gonna get anyone else's votes either. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with jury, but they better play a good-ass game. Because whoever made that move is the smartest player in there. So I gotta watch out.